Boy, I tell you, Adam Peters is cooking, cooking, cooking. Because every single move he makes, he means purpose. Today, the Washington Commanders released former first round pick Jamon Davis. And I'm here to tell you what I personally think about the move. Are they doing this to free up space for somebody like Zadarius Smith? Are they doing this because they're calling up guys like Joey McGee, getting Dorrance Armstrong back, F.A. Obata? Let's talk about it. And also, we got another guy on the Washington Commanders roster, really a special teams guy. He got suspended for PEDs. So we got a lot to talk about. Before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload new videos like this to the channel. Want to road to 8,000 subscribers, so it'd be greatly appreciated if you help me reach that goal as soon as possible. Thank you so much. Let's get straight into today's video. So first things first, the Washington Commanders released former first round pick Jamon Davis today, and I'll be lying to you if I said I was surprised. Like, I knew that Jamon Davis was going to be back here next year. They didn't pick up his fifth year option. They make him healthy scratches here and there. They only use him when they have to. He's no use to this team. Ron Rivera went 0 for 4 in the first round. I don't expect him at here fours, although he had a good pick last game. I don't expect him to be here post next season unless he just somehow turns around. And Ron Rivera, therefore, has went 0 for 4 in the first round. Piss poor drafting, piss poor tenure. Jamon Davis is a guy that shouldn't have been drafted in the first round. We immediately knew that after year one. He was a reach. He got him because he was a military background. You could have got Jamon Davis in the third or fourth round. You didn't have to give him in the first round. Jamon Davis was nothing here. I will honestly say Jamon Davis will go down as one of the worst draft picks by Washington in recent history. Jamon Davis, I tried to have hope for him in the first year. I was excited about the pick because I thought I could trust Ron Rivera with drafting. And Martin Mayhew and all of these guys, Marty Herney, all these guys that were making these picks at the time, I thought I could trust them, and clearly I couldn't because you draft Jamon Davis, a guy with a military background, a good guy background, over a guy like JOK. That doesn't even make sense. Again, let's go back in time. The only reason why Jamon Davis started was because his roommate was sick or something crazy like that. It's the only reason why he started at Kentucky. Other than that, he wouldn't have started. He got drafted in the first round based off of his pro day alone. Nothing that matched up with his college statistics or highlights prompted him to be drafted in the first round, besides him being step for step and stride for stride with Kyle Pitts. Well, none of that really translated to the NFL game on a consistent basis. My favorite Jamon Davis memory, and really one of the only most popular memories that I have of Jamon Davis, is the end around that he blew up versus the Giants in the last game of the season, like in 2021 or 2022. He blew that play up, and I was like, okay, look at Jamon, man. Maybe this is something. Maybe this is to turn the corner in the next season. Now, obviously, it doesn't help that he was being coached by Jack Del Rio. Jack Del Rio called him out on multiple occasions. He went on social media making different posts. He's had off the field issues when it comes to racing and stuff like that. And then when he got to this regime, we thought he could be an edge rusher. I thought that's where he was best placed because, again, he's the best. He's better rushing the passer and going after the quarterback and being an enforcer in the run game. And they clearly see that that didn't work out for him either. So that experiment is over. And Adam Peters says, man, I'm tired of these experiments, man. Let's get these Ron Rivera guys out of here and let me bring in my own guys. As I think with the trade deadline luring, and with Washington being in a position to make some serious noise in this season, I feel like they're going to try their best to attack some of these weak spots on the roster. Obviously, cornerback is one of the weak spots on this roster. However, I don't think the Washington Commanders are going to be able to make a move at the cornerback position at this moment because there's no one that's been notably made available. But you can tell that they want to upgrade that position because they're trying out guys like Kyle Fuller. So they clearly see that we have a hole at the cornerback position. But I do know that I've also said Washington needs some pass rusher because before Dante Fowler really started to go off, I always said, man, right now we just have a bunch of guys. We don't have no one that's has solidified themselves to be a dog and be that pass rusher that's going to go be a game changer. We haven't had that in a very long time since Ryan Kerrigan. However, Dante Fowler has been playing really well. However, I still would love to add Zadarius Smith to that bunch because now you pair Zadarius Smith as the edge rusher one. You pair that up with Dante Fowler, Cleveland Furl, F.A. Obata when he comes back healthy. You know, you got a plethora of guys out there now. Dorrance Armstrong when he comes back healthy, who I think is better suited as a situational pass rusher. Not saying that he can't play every single down, but imagine Dorrance Armstrong being your third string one edge rusher. That's a great value right there. So I definitely feel that Adam Peters made this move to not only clear up space for Jordan McGee's arrival or F.A. Obata's arrival or Dorrance Armstrong coming back or you know maybe being in house, but I think bigger picture that he did this move because he plans on making a big splash at the trade deadline. It's already been in news and it's already been put out that Washington has been one of the teams that has reached out to the Browns about Zadarius Smith and is interested in his availability. We know the Browns are about to have a fire sale. You know, Deshaun Watson just went down with a maybe a season-ending injury and maybe career-ending slash altering injury, torn Achilles. They're negative in cap space, so they're going to try to offload a bunch of their players at the deadline. They're 1-6. Their season is over. They're going to try to offload a lot of guys at the deadline. Even Myles Garrett is up for sale. Could you imagine if Washington was able to get Myles Garrett? That would be absolutely crazy. Now, I don't think that's going to happen, obviously, but could you imagine that? Like, I think we're literally a cornerback and a pass rusher away from being serious contenders. Yeah, obviously, you got other positions that you can upgrade. Yeah, you can get way better receivers than Luke McCaffrey, Lamade Zaccheaus, and De'Ami Brown, and Noah Brown. You can do way better than that, but those guys aren't hurting us at this moment. It's really the cornerback, it's the pass rusher on a consistent basis, and you know, obviously with the injury to Jonathan Allen, the interior has took a hit. Now, obviously, we have Big Phil, we have Jerzon Newton there, so we have some bodies there, some depth there, but we don't necessarily have a guy to go alongside Big Payne in the middle right now that can cause havoc. So I don't know. Maybe we make a trade at the deadline for an interior pass rusher or interior defensive lineman, but there are things Washington is planning on doing. There's no it's no coincidence that a couple days ago I made the video that Washington was reportedly making plans to make a big splash at the trade deadline or making room to potentially make a big splash at the trade deadline because this is what they probably had in their mind, knowing that the injuries that they faced, knowing that the potential guys that are out there, the pass rusher, knowing that we could do better, knowing that we're in a position to not only win the division but maybe make a playoff run this year. Why not go out and add a veteran like Zadarius Smith that can come on here and immediately be your edge rusher one and be a guy that can be that game changer that we haven't had since Ryan Kerrigan. So let me go ahead and actually pull up Zadarius Smith stats right quick so I can see what he's been working with. Now, obviously, stats don't tell the whole story, but let's just see what he's working with. Maybe we give up a fourth, fifth for him. Right now, he's sitting at about 4 sacks. If I can remember correctly, Dante Fowler and Dorrance Armstrong are both sitting at 4 sacks for Washington. Before that, he had 5 with the Browns last year, and he had a 10.5, or he had 10 with the Vikings in 2020. Then before that, he had 12.5 for the Packers, 13.5 for the Packers, 8.5 for the Ravens. So obviously we know this guy's capable. We know he's able to put up stats. We know he's able to fill up the stat sheet. And maybe coming to Washington, a breath of fresh air, knowing that he has things to play for that can get him going and get him back on track. I think this is going to be a possible signing, and this is the reason why Adam Peters did this. He cut Jamie Davis because he didn't see no use of him. He's a healthy scratch, collecting a paycheck, being on my roster for no reason. They didn't plan on re-signing him. They didn't plan on using him as a pass rusher. So they're making room not only for their own guys like Jordan McGee, not like Dorrance Armstrong, like Cleveland Furl, like no, excuse me, not Cleveland Furl, but F.A. Obata. They're also, in my opinion, making plans to upgrade this pass rushing group at the deadline, i.e. Zadarius Smith. So last thing I do want to talk about before we do, make sure you guys use my promo code SeatGeek on Juan Gotti or promo code on SeatGeek to get $20 off your first purchase. But the last thing I want to talk about is that Seymour, Washington Commanders player, special teams guy, he got busted for PEDs. Now he will be out for the next 6 weeks, and that in my opinion is a blow because he's been one of the bright spots on that special teams unit. Our special teams unit is really good. Washington Commanders Kavon Seymour was suspended over performance enhancing drugs. Obviously, we have other guys that they worked out today. We have other guys that they brought in today to see if they could fill that void of a missing Kavon Seymour. But he has been one of the bright spots on the special teams unit. Let's go read the article quickly from the WSA 9. So it says, while Washington Commanders reserved cornerback Kavon Seymour has been submitted for reportedly violating NFL policy regarding performance enhancing substance. According to spokesmen in the NFL, Seymour was suspended 6 games without pay. The suspension means will Seymour will be without pay, and that means that he won't be able to come back to the Commanders until December 2nd. So if he's in fact a key part of our special teams unit, that is going to be a big blow because our special teams has been really good. Our special teams has been hitting hard. Jeremy Reeves caused a fumble on Sunday, so that could be a big blow. But maybe we have guys on the practice squad that we can call up that we can add back to the special teams unit, and we could pick up where we left off, and we won't really be filling the void of a loss of Kavon Seymour. So hopefully everything works out well for Jamon Davis. I have no ill will towards him. Wish him nothing but the best. It just didn't work out here in Washington. And young fella, it wasn't your fault. You shouldn't have been drafted in the first round. Ron Rivera, just being the genius that he is, reached on you, and you were put in a spotlight that you weren't good enough or that you weren't prepared or ready for. You should have been a third, fourth round, fifth round pick. But unfortunately for you, young fella, you was drafted that first round and you had to catch this smoke all these 4 years. But I wish you nothing but the best, and I hope you find success in your next move. As always, me and boy one Gotti, like, comment, and subscribe. Help to Washington Commanders on the road to 8,000 subscribers. I'd be greatly appreciated if you haven't reached that goal as soon as possible. Please hit that subscribe button. Try to get to 8,000. Love each and every one of y'all. Y'all be safe, be easy. Peace out.